Hello everybody, my name is Aaron, aka Pullin'Teeth, and welcome back to the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 24/7 mode. I need to remember to get that right, god damn it. And we are in the midst of the most repetitive story in history so far, because we've just been going round in circles facing the same three people over and over again, with sometimes Foley's on our side, sometimes Foley's not on our side, sometimes he is again, then he's not again. Will he or won't he? It's worse than sodding Friends. But anyway, I digress. Hopefully we are getting so damn close to the Cena's dropped down. We're getting so damn close to the pay-per-view. Look, it's close, look. 2 Raws left, then it's Vengeance. And then this story will hopefully finish and we can move on to something different and fresh. Because this story with Cena, Khali, Dykstra and Foley is really getting on my tits now. Because it's just been going on and on and on. How am I getting fatigue for doing an interview? No fatigue from autograph signings. The more you know. What else can we do? Might be interesting. Pay-per-view commercial. Why the hell not? Let's do some pape commercial. That gave us some money at least. Alright. Coach, my plan for you. Is it the same one you've been telling me for the past 6 weeks? If you're sure you want to do this, okay. I think you're a bit crazy yourself, but I'm booking you in a match with Mick Foley next week on Raw for the #1 contender position on the line. I've already won the #1 contender position like 4 times, coach. Imagine the interest. This week, though, you'll be facing Dykstra. And there's a good chance Cena will try and get involved, so you might have another shot to inflict a little more pain. I have won this #1 contendership like 6 times already. I am sick to death of winning the #1 contendership over and over and over and over again. I won it at the last pay-per-view. I have beat Cena like once or twice in this story. I have beat Dykstra, I have beat Khali, and multiple times said, oh, it's for the #1 contendership. How many more times?
A word to the wise. Next week's match against Mick Foley is going to be brutal. And then you have to face the champ at Vengeance if you win. So don't go all out tonight, if you can help it.
You want me to put on a shitty show? 2 men, 1 opportunity. 4 personalities. Mick Foley and Shawn Michaels will meet next week on Raw with the #1 contendership status on the line. Again, each has their own motivation to fuel their passions. These past few months, I've put myself on the line for Shawn Michaels, and without me, he'd have been squashed like a bug long ago, Foley claims. When we get in the ring, I'm going to prove it. Then, I'm going to go to the Vengeance, and take care of Cena for the WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels, in no uncertain terms, disagrees. Cena's mine. That title will be mine. But it's going to be so much sweeter knowing that I put Foley in his place on the way to the championship. Shawn Michaels says, when I beat him, there'll be no doubt I'm the #1 contender. There shouldn't be a doubt already. Again, how many times have we done this, Shawn? Where are we? There we are. Weird show. Let's do this again. 1 more round, Kenny. Somebody needs to take a tally of how many times I have been told that I have won a #1 contenders match in this story alone.
We are just over a week away from Vengeance. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at ringside. And next week's main event is Mick Foley's chance to become the #1 contender.
And if I was facing Mick Foley next week, I'd use this week to take him down a peg.
That's one idea, King. Another is to face a healthy Mick Foley and prove your legitimacy beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Spoken like a guy who's never competed for a championship, JR. Nice guys finish last.
Hmm. I'm not going to make the obvious joke with the nice guys finish last thing. I feel like it's just low-hanging fruit. Just also another joke. But we'll move past it. We'll move past it.
With his schedule for next week's set, this will probably be the last time he faces one of the champ's henchmen.
Thank God for that.
Championship contenders, JR. Championship contenders. You keep calling them henchmen, and I think the champ's going to have a problem.
You keep calling them henchmen. They're not henchmen. Only one of them's actually hench.
He has tried and failed to take out his opponent over the last couple of months. And you know the champ can't be happy about that.
I'm sure the champ would be happy to see a potential contender knocked out of the running, but I hope you're not implying the champ's trying to get him to do his dirty work.
And he's not implying it, he's straight up saying it. There's a difference, gang. Implying would be not straight up saying he's trying to take him out for the champ. That's not implication.
Well, if the champ isn't having his friends do his dirty work, then explain to me why he's coming out here for this match.
How many times do I have to say it? One of these superstars is a potential challenger for his championship. He's just doing his homework.
Yeah, you're right, King. How many times do you have to say it? Because this bit of story has really been dragged out. See why it was a nightmare for these games with the Raw and Smackdown thing where they did alternating months for storylines? Because the game just couldn't think of storylines to drag out for more than a month. So they just repeat themselves in storylines like this. They really do fill a TV here for a couple of weeks. Alright. Come on, Kenny. I've kicked your ass like 17 times before. Let's do it again. Okay. Credit where it is due. Not expecting that. Get off me, though. Jab. Jabbity. Jab, jab. Jab.
Any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
Come on, Kenny.
No matter how beat up
Leg sweep.
you can't ever let your opponent know
I think someone's going for a high-risk move, JR.
And famous it. Oh, right, you know what? Screw it. Let's do this. Let's do this early. I'm done here. We're finished. It's over. It's through. We're done. Good night, Irene. Here we go.
1, 2.
Okay. Alright. Fair enough. It's going to take a little more than like 3 moves to beat you.
Shawn Michaels keep calling himself the Heartbreak Kid. Does he really think he's still breaking hearts at his age?
King, I'm sorely tempted to say something about the pot and the kettle. But instead, I'll say that I think Shawn Michaels
Get
is like a
off me.
fine wine. He's only improved with age.
And wraparound DDT almost onto the ref.
He's going up, but what's he going to do when he gets there?
Do this again. Come on, Dykstra. Get to your feet. Kind of.
I tell you, King,
Enough for it to count.
sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR.
Ref, move.
I don't think most people, he's climbing the turnbuckle. What's he up to?
Ow. Round the balls. Round the mini Heartbreak Kids.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a
Just work the
dream
legs,
come
Sean.
true.
Work the legs, man. Work the legs.
Sit here and listen to you drool over the deep.
Bop.
JR, you know I'm helpless when it comes
Alright, we're done.
Oh, I know, King.
it might not have taken 3 moves. It might have taken like 7. But I feel like Kenny Dykstra might be finished.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, he is. With ease. God damn it, Kenny. Cena at the ringside just deciding to go all South Park on it. Oh my god, he killed Kenny. Carly appears. You bastards. Now I'm just imagining Cena and Carly as like Stan and Kyle. It keeps showing this exact same cutscene, and it keeps cutting out every time it plays this cutscene, but it has played this cutscene after like every show. So we have no idea what they're trying to say because it doesn't work. I'm assuming it's just Cena's mad because Shawn has again beat one of his henchmen, because we couldn't think of anything else to book for this week before we decided to go in for the number one contenders match. You know what? Usually, I'd end after 1 week. But because this has just felt so filler, so filler, I feel like we have to go for the Foley match in this episode too. I feel like we've got to do that 1 more week.
Your match against Mick Foley is Raw's main event this week, but I think management wants to see something a little bit more than a plain old one-on-one match. I'm going to forward you an email that you might be interested in reading.
Alright. Where? Alright, not going to send it. Top contenders tearing to each other. For the man on top of the mountain looking down at his competition, there can be no more satisfying sight than the two men below him getting ready to fight with each other. Awesome. Just awesome, Cena tells WWE.com. These two are going to destroy each other and make my job a whole lot easier at Vengeance. This is what I was hoping Carly and Dykstra would take care of for me, but they weren't up to the job. It's finally going to get done. That's all I care about. Dykstra heard Cena's accusatory statement. It's probably not even how you pronounce it, but whatever, and has responded. Not up to the job, her. You tell Cena that he's on his own at Vengeance. Let's see how he deals with somebody. Let's see how he deals. Oh, how he deals? How he does without somebody doing all the dirty work for him. Why did I just lose the ability to read 3/4 of the way through that? I apparently just stopped being able to read at one point. It's good to know. But yeah, because of how filler this has felt and how quick that match with Kenny Dykstra was, because let's face it, I wrecked him, we're going to do the Foley match in this episode too. We're going all out. I feel like I owe it to you. Big success. Finally, Coach. My God. Coach, I like what you've done to determine the number one contender, but something is missing. Shawn Michaels and Foley have been tearing their opponents apart for weeks now, and it seems anticlimactic to have them face off in a regular match. I would strongly suggest that you take advantage of the fact that you have a hardcore legend in the match and change the rules accordingly, if you know what I mean. Chairman McMahon. So he doesn't even sign it off as Vince. I suppose it could have been Stephanie. She might be chairman at this point. Alright. So I can afford to buy some beeps. I could get Shawn's DX gear. All these are locked. Ooh, movesets. Ooh. Let's buy some moves. Let's buy a lot of moves. There we go. We got all the moves. And do we have the money for one? Yeah, we got the money. Let's buy Sabu. Don't know what that's going to do for me. I don't know if it has any like bearings on this 24/7 mode, but screw it. Spend some money. Alright, here we go. Am I going too far? Why do you keep asking me, Coach? You are spamming my email. I thought you should see this letter I just sent. Coach. Dear Mr. McMahon, I took care of the changes to the match between Foley and Shawn Michaels the way you suggested, But I'm a little worried that Cena is getting too big for his britches and might try and get involved somehow. Do you have an opinion on the matter? Do you think the no DQ stipulation might be a mistake? Throw us in a cage. Cena is coming to the match. Oh, well, here we go. The prospect of seeing the top two contenders for his championship fighting limb for limb in a hardcore match might be too much for Cena to pass up. In fact, the WWE champion says he might witness the confrontation firsthand. It's a great match. I'd pay to see that. In fact, I might just buy a front row ticket to watch the action up close and personal, Cena said. Jim Coachman had words with advice for his champion, however. Cena had better not be implying that he's going to interject himself in the match somehow. Interference of any kind will not be tolerated and will be dealt with appropriately. Whether he tolerates it or not, GM Coachman understands that there is anything goes in a no DQ hardcore match, and there's realistically little that he can do to stop Cena from interfering. You can't stop him from interfering, but you can punish him for interfering. Okay. Fucking hell. Get yourself out and get what? Get yourself out or get lost. What? The boss wants a steel cage match. There we go. That called it. And he's going to get it. You know the rules. First one to touch the arena floor wins. You can go out the door or via the wall to get the win. Don't forget, if you lose, you also lose your title match. But if you win, you'll be number one contender at Vengeance. It's going to be brutal, and I hope you're ready. Locked in with a psycho.
Oh, yeah. I knew they'd put you in a steel cage if I dropped enough hints about interfering in the match. Hope you enjoy your match, kid. Because I'm definitely going to.
You know what? That's the first bit of, intelligent heel work that I have seen in one of these stories. At least in some time. Testicles.
I'm sorry you've got to be locked up with me this week. I've been locked up with myself for years, and it's not a very pleasant place to be. But this week I'm opening my mental cage and freeing all of my inner demons. You won't be facing Mick Foley, author of children's books. You'll be facing the most violent, ruthless superstar ever to set foot in a WWE ring, Cactus Jack.
Should have known. Should have seen it coming, but I'm here for it. Okay. Following a plea for advice from GM Coachman to Vince McMahon regarding the upcoming number one contenders hardcore match between Shawn Michaels and Foley, Mr. McMahon has amended the rules to something more to his liking. GM Coachman asked me if I thought that the no DQ clause was a mistake. He expressed his very valid concerns that Cena would get involved in the match and wanted to tone it down to prevent Cena's interference, said the WWE chairman, who hopes his changes will maintain the no-nonsense aspect promised in the original stipulation. Frankly, it's not my style. While I respect GM Coachman's concerns, toning down is not something the fans expect from me, but I have, in fact, altered the rules. This match will no longer be a no DQ hardcore match. It's going to be a steel cage. Okay. So, me and Cactus Jack in a cage, number one contendership. You said it was the main event. It's the opener. God damn it. More lies. More lies and slander. That's like turning around and saying to Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, yeah, you're going to main event Bad Blood. You were the opener. Should have been the main event of Bad Blood. I'm recording this the day after Bad Blood, by the way.
Vengeance is this Sunday. It's good old JR Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler at ringside. And tonight's main event is a pay-per-view quality matchup.
For years I've been saying Mick Foley should be locked up, and tonight it's gonna happen.
A steel cage match to determine the number one contender at Vengeance.
These two aren't gonna hold anything back tonight. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm recording this the day after Bad Blood. And while I don't mind the whole Bloodline story thing, just on a side tangent here, I fell asleep during that match, that main event. That Roman and Cody versus Solo and Jacob, I fell asleep during it. I woke up just in time to see Jimmy Uso return, though.
Toward establishing himself as the #1 contender for the championship. It all comes down to this match.
And it's not going to be easy. But if he wins here tonight, no one can ever say that he didn't earn it.
That is very true, King. I will give you that. That's a nice thing you've said about me. But anyway, yeah. Punk and Drew should have main evented at Bad Blood. Should have. It was fantastic. And I'm well into the fact that they let them bleed again.
This looks like Mick Foley, but underneath the surface beats the heart of a madman, Cactus Jack.
I'm no pushover, JR, but you couldn't pay me enough to get in the ring against Cactus Jack. He's an animal.
This looks like Mick Foley, but if it's Cactus Jack, like they don't look exactly the same. He doesn't even wear a mask. He wears a mask for Mankind. Foley and Cactus Jack dress oddly similar. There's just a bit more leopard print on Cactus Jack usually. Which was a stylistic choice, I've got to give him that. Until I just punched the cage and Foley's just talking to himself. Alright, Mick. Alright, St. Michaels. Here we go. At least Foley doesn't have the technician thing, so he's not going to reverse every single move that I do. Leg drop to nothing. There we go. And again.
It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to
He's taking them.
What the heck is a government mule anyway?
Alright, that didn't work.
What you get beat like, we're in the middle of, whoops,
There goes the referee.
Not that the referee being down is going to do an awful lot.
order in this matchup.
They just work on Foley's legs.
Reversal there.
They're weak. Foley has weak legs. We know this. His knees are like made of paper. Grease-proof paper to be exact.
These superstars have been going after each other.
They're not
Paper that will rip to shreds at a moment's notice.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be. No.
Well, you know, that was perfect.
He's about to do.
He sure is. Sweet chin music.
Suck it. Boom. Oh, he doesn't go straight to the pin. That's nice. I thought he was getting up straight away.
Any superstars
We ain't done here, Foley.
stand of weakness, they've lost
We ain't done till you're bleeding, at least.
No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
and that's easier.
There's no room for error.
Come on, Foley. Ow. You know what? I'm going to count that.
I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
There we go. Jab him. Jab him again.
Superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't
Get
walk
off
away
me.
from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more
Uh-oh.
than one superstar
Uh-oh.
taken out of here on a
Uh-oh.
stretcher.
Aha. Quick escapes. Famous drop him on his noggin.
Got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain
I'm
this
just going to keep beating him down.
after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure.
What the? Oh, God. Oh, I forgot the hardcore skill. You bust him open, he just bounces back to his feet with full momentum.
Are the greatest athletes in the world.
Wow, what a shot!
Oh, God.
Busted wide open. That's gonna need
I like how you saved that, but you can't really do anything with it.
That might mean the end of this match. He's risking serious injury by continuing to compete.
There's no reward without risk, JR. And these are WWE superstars. They're not gonna stop the match just because of a little blood.
Hell yeah. Come here. We are pile driving.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
Get up.
What?
He's too
And get back down.
I think we all know what's next.
I've thrown enough super kicks here that it looks like a Young Bucks match. Nearly out, nearly out, nearly out. How do I get out? That's how I get out. That was pretty damn straightforward, actually. I expected more of a fight from Foley, I'm not going to lie. I thought he'd throw a little bit more at me. I expected better. Did I say Candice Michelle was women's champion? Why do I not remember that?
Don't leave yet. Back in here.
What's Foley up to now?
Don't worry. This isn't Cactus Jack. Here, I'll prove it.
That's Mr. Socko. That certainly isn't a Cactus Jack move.
Is he going to shake his hand or not?
Cactus Jack has used Mr. Socko.
Well, I'm glad to see a sane Mick Foley again.
I knew it. I knew Foley was up to something, JR.
There you go.
And there's the champion.
This championship match at Vengeance just got a whole lot easier.
Why? Because I got hit with Socko. If he'd have hit me with Barbie, that might have been an entirely different story, but he just hit me with Socko. That's not that bad. But Cactus Jack has used Socko. I remember the match with Randy Orton. Didn't he wrap it in barbed wire? Which was pretty sweet, even if I do say so myself. Alright. Medical start. Oh, here we go. Tests suggest that you are increasing your risk of injury unless you take preventative measures. We recommend rest and relaxation for a few days, avoiding strenuous exercise if at all possible. Ooh. Shawn faces Foley's fury but survives. For Shawn Michaels, the personal sacrifice made over the past few weeks hardly seems to compare to the turn of events that followed his recent steel cage match victory over Foley on Raw. He is now the definitive #1 contender, again, to Cena's championship, but at what price? And can he still perform competitively against the champion at Vengeance? In a surprise move, Foley appeared in the ring as his alter ego Cactus Jack. After losing the match, Cactus Jack transformed into Mankind, suckering Shawn Michaels into returning into the ring and administering the Mandible Claw. A rose by any name should be so brutal. Now, as he prepares to face Cena for the WWE Championship, some are questioning his health and speculating about how he might be affected. I haven't come this far to lay down and give up, Shawn Michaels said. I'm concerned, but I'm not worried. Well, we're going to see how that plays out in the next episode. So thank you everybody so much for joining me in this longer episode. It's been a genuine pleasure as per usual. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill, all the fun stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.